Hey y'all, this is AL Big Madame, and this is yet another installment of the Married Man Side Heffa Saga. So, I honestly did not think I was gonna have anything to tell y'all about this week, right? I'm wrong. I was very wrong. Hopefully y'all will get a laugh out of it like I did. So yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all about other people, but I'm gonna try to save the side heifer and the OG married man for last, right? Okay. So like I just can't. Okay, so I had a great day. Like all of my days were really great. There were moments, but I still had an amazing day. I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't believe in manifesting stuff and meditating, get into it. I'm telling you, it will change your life. I like for everything to flow smooth. I don't like hectic foolishness. Like I don't like chaos. I like peace. I like my peace. I am enjoying my peace. And I even have been having my peace at work, and I'm here for it. Okay, y'all. So I had a great week. The married dude who reminds me of my ex, who was from Bessemer, Alabama. He is every time he see me, he be happy to see me and all that. And it's like for me, the feeling has gotten less and less excited or whatever. I don't know why. Like I mean, I have pretty much lost interest. Now he still does have a way with words or whatever, but I don't believe that he gonna get divorced. Um, if he does, it's gonna be way after him filing in January, and I'm just like, in my mind, you got a 4 year old, and your baby mama might be on some foolishness, and I don't know if that's something I'd be willing to deal with. When I ain't got to deal with it, it's like why? I already done told him I'm single and not looking for nothing, so it is what it is. But he hasn't really taken no for an answer. In his mind, I am going to be his woman, but I just don't know it. Um, I'm going to be his wife someday, but I just don't know it. I'm going to be moving into the home with him, but I just don't know it, which is a lie because I have had an amazing taste of the city life because I'm a country girl. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama, on the rural outskirts of Montgomery. Pastures surrounding my house. Usually it takes, depending on where I'm going, it typically takes me 30 minutes to 45 minutes on the lower end to get to one place in one direction. I'm not trying to go back to that, having to drive an hour one way just to get to the city limits. Like my favorite Walmart, any of y'all who are from Montgomery, Alabama, my favorite Walmart at the time, long before I left, was Chantilly, the one on Chantilly Parkway. That's my Walmart. And I will drive that good old hour driving the speed limit, hitting the back roads on 85 to get there. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all who ain't, from Montgomery, Alabama, they have songs and things where they be talking about 85, I 85. And y'all know the 85 South Show. But yeah, y'all know the song. I know you're waiting for daddy. It won't be long, y'all. Be patient because he's coming for you. Riding dirty on 85, slow, taking it easy. I don't want nothing to keep me from you. Who was that by Young Bloods? Child, I used to live for them back in the day. But anyway, y'all excuse me. I just had to, that 85 reference. So yeah, I used to get on 85 and head to Chantilly Parkway. That was my Walmart. And it would take me driving the speed limit to get to the actual interstate. Because where I live, if you know the Hyundai plant, all this stuff, I have to go up 9 to 10 miles, maybe 12, just to get to the Hyundai plant, past the Hyundai plant, and then go a whole nother different direction and then get on the interstate from there. Cause I'm trying to tell you, if you know, you know. I live on the outskirts of Montgomery. That's where I'm from, but I am still from Montgomery. I'm from a community in Montgomery on the outskirts. So, yeah, you could pretty much guess where I'm from if you know that area. So anyway, I just, where was I going with this? Y'all, I promise y'all, I be doing the most sometimes. My bad. But anyway, I can't, I don't be having time for him, the newest married dude. He is going to be going home at the beginning of the year, sometime in January. It's supposed to be like the first or the second week in January. So he said, and I told y'all he invited me. He hasn't said anything else about it, but he might say something when he sees me Monday, because his last day of the week, unless he decides to volunteer, is Mondays for now. Update. I think I told y'all a little bit, but if I didn't, he actually is going to start working a new position, making like a decent amount of money more. And he's coming back to the shift that I work on, but he's just going to be working in a different capacity. So that's going to be interesting. I'm not sure what department is going to be yet, but he has to work for like 4 months training, but he's going to basically stay on the shift that he's on right now training, because that's the shift everybody trains on. But then he's going to come back to the shift that he started on, which is my shift. So he's excited about that. And in his mind, he feel like, oh, well, that's going to be able to leave the door open for us. And it became inconvenient because of his schedule changing, because he was on another shift now. And I'm just saying to myself, sir, you just don't even know. Like, I'm not going to be doing anything with you. We're not going to be able to do nothing. Like, if anything, maybe we will go out on a little breakfast slash brunch slash lunch situations or whatever, but with other people, if I can help it. Because no, you ain't finna, because I know he would probably try to pay for my food and think he finna be in there. No, I'm good where I'm at. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just started getting like turned off by him. Because at first I was just like, I don't like the fact that I am like a little bit hip for him, and started kind of liking him, because I typically I get completely turned off by people in his situation. So I was just like, what is going on with this? So no, but yeah, I am happy that he, got in a better position, in a higher paying position, and that's cool and all, but I don't see myself with him. I don't have time for the possible baby mama drama, because I really know that that's what it's going to be. He already got drama right now living in the house with her, even though they don't stay in the same room. But no, I don't understand the point behind him staying in the house, and he could have already filed 6+ months ago, and it could have been finalized before the holidays. But I'm guessing he tried to save face through the holidays for the sake of their son. And to me, stuff like that don't help the child in the end, because you might think because they're young, they don't remember. I really be remembering stuff. I just told somebody something the other day about how my mama always found it to be so interesting that I remember very vividly things that you would think that I wouldn't remember because I was so young. Like really young, like under the age of 5 young. So one of the things that I remember is that my daddy used to have a motorcycle before he got with my mama. And once my mama found out she was pregnant with me, she had been telling him, you're going to have to get rid of that. Like, that's a death machine. I ain't got time for you to be out one day and you possibly wreck. At the time, my daddy was a speed demon anyway. He had a metal foot. So yeah, my mama was already kind of like on edge anyway, knowing her, because my daddy used to do the most when it came to driving. So I legit remember my daddy putting me on the back of his motorcycle and tying me in some kind of way to the back of it. Like he tied my like car seat or something to it. I remember it like it was yesterday, and I was a whole baby. I wasn't a toddler, I was a baby. And I was tied to the back of the motorcycle, and he drove me, he rode me up the street to my grandmama's house, because in my area where I grew up, it was my driveway, my aunt's driveway, then my grandmother's driveway, and it led to other people's driveways within that driveway. And that driveway was his mama's house. It led to his mama's house at the end of it or whatever. So yeah, and he came and showed me off and all that stuff. And his brother, who is no longer with us, my Uncle Herbert, I remember him at the end of the driveway before going down to where my grandmama was at to show me off to her or whatever, because, it's not like it was their first time seeing me. Even though I was pretty much still fresh out the womb, my daddy did the most. Cause I'm a winter baby, y'all. I was born in February. And he was talking to my uncle. I remember all of this and I don't understand. I was a whole baby, y'all. I be remembering stuff like that. And my mom was like, I don't even understand how you remember this. They had never even told me. They had never even told me the story. The only thing they've ever said was that my daddy had a motorcycle and my daddy had to get rid of it. And somehow I remembered that story and nobody had even told me that. So that's what I'm saying, y'all, about, remembering stuff. It's crazy that I remember stuff like that. And I really feel like his son, the married dude's son, would remember that, even though he is under the age of 5. He will remember, oh, they were together, and then if they actually get divorced, it's like you sitting up here, you waiting until after Christmas over with. That ain't gonna do your child no favors. Just be great parents, co-parent, do what y'all gonna do and be done. Hopefully ain't gonna be no drama in between, but I really feel like it's gonna be some drama with that and I ain't got time. So, child, tell me why the side heifer's partner, the main person that she always gets partnered up with, I have not seen her since, I didn't even hear about her existence of being at work since Thanksgiving, Black Friday, which is considered Thanksgiving. That would have been Thanksgiving pay or whatever for me. So she was one of the people, because she was so high up on the rotation list, that got to work. And it's like, you ain't been at work for weeks. All of a sudden, you signed up to work to get that incentive, which is basically, if you worked that one day, you were getting a whole entire check that one day, whatever the payment was for that day, for your pay rate or whatever, you're getting a whole check in one day, plus whatever your whole check would be when you get your check. So you're getting 2 checks in 1 week is what it was going to be. And so the heifer showed up for that. And I'm like, that's not fair, because I wanted to work because, I wanted to do certain things for my mama for her birthday. My mama's birthday is tomorrow, the 24th. I wanted to do certain things for my father, brother, and sister. And I had some things in the works. I can't discuss it yet because I really feel like my phone is still hacked into by my ex's baby mama or whatever she is, whether the baby was lost or not. I really feel like she still has access because of my phone number not changing. Even though I did get a brand new phone, I really feel like it's still being hacked. So I'm not even going to reveal that, even though she might know this particular thing. But I'm just saying, just to be on the safe side, I'm not discussing it yet. But yeah, it's crazy to me that this heifer did all of this to work, and then you don't show up to work. You call out all the time because you done signed up for FMLA. And I'm just like, why? So somebody told me that she has kids at the house, and I know she has kids at the house, but apparently they get like checks. I think it's like $300 a piece, plus whatever they've been doing for parents since the pandemic. And I'm like, but that ain't nothing to live off of though. Then she got some dude that she lived with. I don't know if he's the father of any of her kids, but he's supposed to be her boyfriend. And I already told y'all she's screwing at least one person at work. Like literally at work. And I'm just like, why? And she done got somebody else fired. Like, I just don't be understand. If you saw her, y'all would think that she was a lesbian. When I first met her, I thought she was a lesbian. So I was shocked to find out that she actually liked dudes. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know what was going on. But she must do something special, just like the side heifer, because I don't be understand why anybody talk to her. There's nothing fascinating about her conversations. If I needed to go to sleep, she is a human sleeping pill. I'm just saying, it is what it is. So anyway, so this heifer finally showed up to work on, I think what happened was, so I heard that she was in danger of getting suspension, of a suspension or whatever. So I was like, are you serious? The person was like, yeah. Every time this person finds stuff out and tell me about it, I don't tell nobody else about it, right? And then it end up being what it is. So I think this heifer was on suspension. So all of a sudden she was at work. So I saw her and I was like, I'm confused because her name ain't nowhere on the paper. Like her name is not on the schedule. So I'm like, why is she here? So then you come to find out, they said, oh, well, her tire blew, so her boyfriend brought her to work. And then the dude who has the widowmaker heart, he was like, oh, well, I understand your situation. We got enough people. Like, you ain't got to be here. Go and see if the people in staff will let you go home. And so I guess they let her go home because we kind of had like an extra person or two. Whatever. Like, but Heffa, you ain't worked. Like, what was the point of you wasting gas? She one of them people that don't live within 15 to 20 minutes away from work. So I'm like, you wasting gas for no reason. And I'm going to get into that later on about people wasting gas coming to work on their day off. But anyway, so then she appears again on Saturday. Her work schedule is Monday through Friday. So I'm like, why is she here? I'm confused. And again, her name wasn't on the schedule. Usually your name, if you are working, or if you're there, or even if you're not there, it says on there at the bare minimum, the person called out, the person was scheduled off, person was no-show when they update the paperwork. If they, it was a no-call, no-show after the time, like maybe a couple of hours after we've been working, and their name was originally somewhere else and they had to find somebody else to replace them. I'm trying to understand how this heifer why she's here on her day off. She didn't sign up to volunteer anywhere in any other department, not in our department. She ain't doing no special project. I'm trying to understand why she's here. But the fact of the matter is that she was there and was just hiding out all day. And I'm like, if I would have came up in here and clocked in and just sat in the bathroom or in a random place all day hidden, I would be fired. But I'm guessing because of white privilege and the fact that she's been there 5-6 years that don't nobody care, because she's been getting away with a whole lot of stuff anyway. And I'm just like, child, don't nobody have time for this foolishness. Don't nobody have time. But go off though, because if it had been me, fired is what I would have been. So anyway. So then, like, I haven't seen her since. Then she appeared again Monday on her regular day of work. And I'm like, then she came in complaining because she thought that she was going to come in and not do work. Mm-hmm. What happened was her partner, now I'm about to get to the juice, y'all. I'm about to get to the meat and potatoes, y'all. I know y'all been bearing with me. I had to get there. I'm here now. So go ahead and get your teacups ready. Get your tea ready for this. Okay. Her and the side heifer's days are Monday through Friday. Came in. I looked at the schedule. I saw where I was. I take a picture of the schedule every day because sometimes people be trying to try me like I'm crazy. When I come in, I saw my name where it was. Don't tell me I'm somewhere else. You're not finna lie to me. I know what it is. So anyway, side heifer's name was in the department, in her department. And apparently she called out at the last minute. So the other side heifer, pretty much, because she has a side dude and a main dude at the house. And I think she basically is the side dude. I mean, she's the side heifer to the side dude at work. Like, listen, it's just too much people wanting to be sides around here. I'm trying to be the one and only. I ain't trying to even be the main. I'm trying to be the one and only. Don't nobody have time for that. So she mad because she got to jump in the department and work. Ma'am, you wasn't finna do no work to begin with. Why are you mad? You don't do no work. You don't come to work. Why are you so mad that you actually have to do work? You legit don't do no work. You call out most of the time. You living off of these checks that these children are affording for you to have. The least you could do is work 1 or 2 days. We ain't seen you do no work in weeks. So why are you complaining? She complained the entire day. Tell me why she complained so bad that they ended up calling people trying to see if they can come in and relieve her halfway through the shift. And they did, right? The person who came is someone who I've been told is lazy, but I've never had to really work with her like that. And she is on another shift. Okay. She was told that she was there and all of this, but they were making it seem like, oh, we didn't have enough people. So she was like, oh, what you mean? She left, went to talk to the people who made the schedule to figure out what's going on, because she tried to figure out why she even up in there, because y'all making it seem like y'all desperately need people. Like y'all ain't got no bodies in the buildings. What is we talking about? So she mad because this heifer did all this lying and trying to make it seem like she ain't available or whatever. Like she was scheduled to be there the entire time. and she left. She was supposed to leave and go on break and come back. This heifer left the building and didn't come back until like 30 minutes till, and then act like she was doing all kinds of stuff. And I was just like, girl, must be nice. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway, meat and potatoes, y'all. Tuesday came, which is my Friday, hallelujah in the name. Had me a great week. Y'all, when I tell y'all I did 99% of nothing on Tuesday, it was bad for the company, but it ain't had nothing to do with my department and nobody anywhere near my department, pretty much in the areas that the side heifers, married dude, works in, which again, ain't got to do with my department. Did nothing on Tuesday. But anyway, side heifer called out again. So when I came in Tuesday, I looked at the schedule. The way they do it is they'll print off, if they can, they'll try to have 4 or 5 days, the whole 4 or 5 days. So like, even if it's a Tuesday, they try to have Tuesday through Saturday up there, and a draft, even if they're not sure, because somebody could call out or somebody might leave early and they got to change it and put somebody else's name. Like, it's a lot of stuff that changes throughout the day, right? So a lot of them have draft stamped on it because it could change and it's subject to change at any time. This heifer done called out again because Monday somebody rolled up on me and was like, where's she at? And I was like, oh, she's not here? Because by the time they asked me, it might have been like 10, 15 minutes after the time. And I don't work with her and I don't be checking for her. So I don't care if she's there or not. So I was like, I don't know. I was working with her cousin through marriage on Monday because that's his Friday. So he and I were working together. He's getting close to the top of the rotation list, but when he goes down to the bottom of the rotation list, I'm gonna be working with whoever else until I go to the top of the rotation list. So I have to savor these moments while I have them. We be going through when we just working by ourselves with somebody else who ain't one of us, but that's all I'm gonna say on that. So anyway, I'm working with his cousin. So the person knew to come ask me and not ask him because he know that they cool or whatever, and he is not cool with her at all. Like, she can't stand him. Like, at all. So he rolled up on me and was like, where's she at? I was like, what you mean? He was like, I don't think she came. I was like, are you serious? So I don't know. I just instantly just turned and looked at the clock. I was like, oh, okay. You ain't seen her yet? He was like, no, I don't think she here. So I had taken a picture of the schedule and I showed him the schedule. I said, well, she's supposed to be here. I don't know. And she didn't come in early. It was her regular day of work. So I was like, I don't know what to tell you. So then I was like, I have a theory. I'm pretty sure it is spot on. And I thought about it last week when the schedule was coming up on actually being closer to Monday, of that being the possibility. And it ended up happening, which is the married dude took vacation. And remember when I told y'all in a previous Married Man Side Heifer Sagas that one time he took off for the week and she took off and was off that week? Yeah. Then the week that he took off the next time was when they got into it and they weren't talking for like a couple of months because he, decided to go with his actual wife on vacation. How dare you? The audacity of you going on vacation with your own actual wife, child. I was like, what's wrong with this heifer? But anyway, there's a reason why I'm saying all of this. Like, all of this is connecting and y'all are going to see. I promise you, it's almost over with. So, literally, I looked at the schedule when I came in Tuesday. It had called out. This heifer had called out for the rest of the week, and it was on the schedules for the rest of the week leading up until Friday, called out next to her name. So I said, okay, tell me why before the end of the day. I'm talking about literally before. Now on everybody's shift, 2 hours before you get off of your regular shift, they have up until 2 hours prior to let everybody know if you are going to be assigned or whatever. Because anytime after that is, oh well, you didn't get it in time, you're going to have to deal with whoever there. Even if you find out too late, oh well, you got to hope that somebody will do it because you can't assign nobody after that time frame. Before that time frame even came, I'm talking about probably less than halfway through the day. I think I went on my first break 3 hours into the shift, and I looked at the schedule. I have a habit of looking at it every time I come out, and I noticed that it changed. Like, there are certain things that happen, like highlighters that are different colors and stuff, and it'll alert me to the fact that somebody changed it. I looked at the schedule. I don't know why, but I looked at the schedule for the rest of the week. All of a sudden, this heifer's name was in like random spots that said volunteer, 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 volunteer from Wednesday up until Friday. Now look, the reason for this in my mind is because I feel like on Monday and Tuesday, she and the married dude was out doing what they was doing. And a situation occurred on Tuesday, between Monday and Tuesday, because something could have happened on Monday, like at the end of their session or whatever, and they got into it and that's over with. So I'm speculating that something has happened and they are on the outs again with one another. And so she has called up to work and said, look, I know I called out for the week, but I want to work now. And I feel like the staffing people who create the schedule want to be on the safe side, and they just put her in a random spot or whatever, just in case, and not in her main position, because they don't want to move no names around thinking that this heifer gonna be there and she might call out again. But I was done. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this heifer volunteered for the rest of the week. Wait, like they had made a point, because Monday, when I looked at all the schedules, it only had that she called out. They updated the paper and said that she had called out for Monday. But Tuesday, it had her name on there as if she was working. And then they changed it to called out, and that was it. And then later on Tuesday, that's when it changed again, because they changed that paper I don't know how many times Tuesday. It's the holidays, a lot of people calling out that don't have time, or they're using sick time just to be off and all of that. I ain't used none of my sick time. I'm like, if I ain't gonna get paid for it, baby, I ain't finna use that unless I'm actually sick. I'm gonna have to be desperate. But yeah, y'all, I found that to be hilarious. That all of a sudden she done called up there to volunteer to work now. It was like, oh, can you put me up there to volunteer? Because I'm gonna come to work. I'm available now. I really feel like she and the married dude got into it, and I'm tired. Anyway, thank y'all for tuning into this foolishness. Subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Give this video a thumbs up, and let's get down in the comment section and just discuss this foolishness, child. I'll see y'all later on. Bye.